Hi everyone, this is Jessica Canty. I am your life and career strategist, and I'm here to do another interview to introduce you to another life changer. So hang on a second so I can patch her into our conversation this afternoon. Patching her in, so we're going to wait for her to join our conversation. There she is. Hi, Tracie.
Hi, Jessica.
You might want to turn your phone the other way so we can see you straight up and down.
Okay.
Yay, so much better, so much better. So I was introducing myself, just saying thank you all for coming. Welcome, come on in that conversation. We're so happy to see you all this afternoon. My name is Jessica Canty. I am your life and career strategist. Now, what does that mean? That means I have a passion for helping people go from unfulfilled jobs to their dream career. And one of the ways I help people, come on in, you all, is by connecting them with powerful people who are going to make transformations in their life. So when you're looking for a career coach, which everybody should have on their executive board, if you want to know a little bit more about that, check out my YouTube channel. It's got all that information. You need to make sure you have a coach that connects you with people who are going to make that transformation in your life. And today I'm super excited because it's yet another installment in our series, our Women Crush Wednesday series, the M series. And I can guarantee you, by the end of our conversation, you surely have a woman crush on this lady I'm chatting with today.
All right.
Yes, I'm so excited. So we had a couple of M's before. We had an M for makeup. We had an M for mental health. And today's M is for motivation. We surely need that M of motivation going into 2020. If we want to see things different in our lives and we want to see the progress in our lives from 2019 to 2020, we need motivation. So that's why I'm super excited to introduce you to, I can't say my colleague, I can't just say my sister in Christ, I could just say an extended family member, if you will. Right. Tracie has been in my life it's probably been about 4 years now. And we have bumped into each other in multiple arenas for both the professional realm. We both work for the same company. Then outside, she's not only a jack of all trades, but she's a phenomenal dancer and a great role model for my daughter. And we really like to share and have conversations with each other. And I kind of call her my cubicle buddy. If I look up over my the partition, she and I can converse. Right. She has the knockover because I'll have my headphones on and I'll be wired in writing. So amongst the multiple things that she does is that she has a heart and a passion for helping people get unstuck, helping people to move past the complicating factors and barriers in their life that are not allowing them to live to their fullest extent. And so this is why I really wanted to have this conversation with her, with you all, because sometimes in our careers we get stuck and it really is a personal thing that's taking place. So we need to check our motivation. So I'm sitting here bragging about her because this lady is founder and CEO of a company that's definitely going to help you move forward. Hint, hint, move forward. And so I want to be quiet just for a moment so she can introduce herself to you all.
Yes. It is so great to have this opportunity to talk with you, Jessica. And I thank God for just the opportunity to put in the atmosphere the things that you desire of your heart and how you see it manifest. You never know who it's going to come through. And I just thank God that he placed you in my life. I thank God for the Swag Her magazine and that platform. And like you said, I just thank you for the relationship that we have. And just to tell you a little bit more about myself, I am Tracie Gaines Johnson, and I am the CEO of Move Forward, TDJ. The TDJ is for the guided journey. And what I do with the business is I work with individuals in two different aspects. I do a coaching component as well as I do empowerment workshops. And so I'm, excited to talk to you all about both of them, the coaching, but mainly I want to spend a lot of time today talking about the workshops. And like Jessica said, Move Forward is not just the title of my company. It is an action that I want to help people take to get to where they are right now, to move from that if they're feeling stuck, and to move to where they desire to be.
Absolutely. And you know, Tracie, as you're talking about workshops, I was thinking about a workshop I sat in of yours. And I don't want to be too much of a spoiler because I think everybody in the Swagger community needs to take this particular workshop. She and I were co-trainers on a workshop at a T, and she did this phenomenal workshop about how we respond to situations, and she related to tea. Like, do you heat up automatically or do you brew? And so it's just an example of how stellar she is in being able to connect with common human emotions, but be able to be relatable about it, because she is a clinical social worker, but she can speak to you on the level that you don't have to speak social work, you don't have to speak mental health, but she's going to help motivate you. Tracie is phenomenal with that. So Tracie, how long have you been doing how long have you been in your profession and working with creating Move Forward? How long have you been doing that type of work?
So I've been doing the work of helping individuals transition from where they are to where they want to be for at least the last 15 years. And I started with the population of working with older youth. Older youth transitioning from one phase, those that are just moving into adulthood. And so I've done that for over 10, really 15 years. And with those skill sets, I said, I can really move this outside of this arena and bring it to the everyday person. All of us, even myself, we get caught in times when we really feel like, I know there's more of a calling on my life. I know there's a pull. I know there's motion that I need to put into place. And with Move Forward, the guided journey, it allows individuals really to tap into themselves. I'm there literally as a coach to guide and direct you. But it's nothing better, and with a career strategist like Jessica, can really help you tap into what are the skill sets that I already have, and how can I use those not just to benefit myself, but also benefit others. So I took those skill sets from helping individuals transition, really setting in, identifying what's that vision for yourself. What is it that you see for yourself? And then really tapping into your goals, identifying those goals that you have. Are these short-term goals or these long-term goals? And then that's wonderful. But if you don't put action behind it and talk about those next steps, that's what moves you forward. The dream realized is the goal, but those next steps is what's going to move you forward. And sometimes you need to really give yourself like, you know what? I had the dream, I had the goal, I had the next steps, but you need to be motivated. Set a time frame to say, by this date, this is what I'm going to get done. And really have an accountability partner to really assist and work with you on that. So Jessica, like you said, I've been working with young adults. I've been working with women and families in general, but really focusing on helping them tap into that inner voice and really see how they want to move forward.
And I'm so glad you shared that, because so many things were just jumping in my mind as you were sharing all those pearls of wisdom. One of the things that a lot of people, they want to have goals, but they don't have the guidance. Sometimes it's really it's a struggle to try to get to that goal. And as you were talking, I was just thinking about how GPS on our phone, we may have a destination we want to get to, but even now we use technology to get to that location. And so it's really important to have someone like you in their lives, because that really helps to chart out those goals, especially now that we're coming to the end of a year. And you know, at the beginning of a year, everybody is setting those resolutions. But like you hit the nail right on the head, is if you might have this lofty plan or this lofty goal, but if you don't have the steps, and if you're not able to move when the motivation is not even there or even have that momentum, then the likelihood of you accomplishing those goals, you might be dissatisfied with the end result. So I'm so grateful that you've been doing this for so many years, because you've been able to see it from, like you said, from a young adult side to even working with women and adults. And this is not to exclude any population that's on the conversations today, because what Tracie is sharing, she hit the nail on the head right there. This is stuff for no matter what generation you're in, no matter what gender you're in, no matter what stage of life you're in. She's sharing pearls of wisdom. So one of the things that you were talking about in your the profession that you do, you were talking about helping people move on. So how do you, what type of transformation do you provide for your clientele?
Right. So one thing I want to make sure is that people understand the role of a coach. You might have a consultant, you might have a strategist, and even you might have a therapist. But when we talk about having a coach is really someone that's going to take the time to really just listen to hear what it is that you have to say. Because we believe that you already have the answer inside of you. And so just by listening, I can direct you with questions that's going to help you pull back the layers, to help you find your voice. Because as I mentioned, everything is right there inside. And sometimes we're even afraid sometimes to really tap into what we have to say and what we know, that gut intuition that we have, because we're so used to somebody else giving us direction, what you need to do, how you need to do it. But if you have a good coach, that coach is really going to take the time to listen to you. That coach is going to pull that information out of you. That coach might suggest, can they ask you if it's okay if they give a suggestion? But really, it's all about you tapping into your internal goals and desires. Sometimes you just have to spend some time with yourself to really hear yourself. And nothing's better than have a coach that might do some reflective listening, to give you some feedback, to just saying, this is what I hear you saying, just to bring about some clarification. But really to help you just set those goals up. But they're your goals. Because if they were my goals, it would work for me. But I really want those goals that you come up be the goals that's going to work for you.
Absolutely. And I failed to mention this when I was bragging about Tracie, but I want to mention that Tracie was trained by Georgetown on transformational leadership. And so this is why you hear her talking about that she's really tapping into your strengths. But she has the unique gift of being able to ask that powerful question, that life-altering question, that mindset-changing question. Her skills in workshops and one-on-one coaching, you're not going to feel like she's just asking you a bunch of questions. She's asking you questions that are going to change your perception, or to help you to go into deep thought about why it is that I think the way I think. How am I getting in my own way? What is the head garbage or the head trash that I've been told over years that is hindering me from moving forward? So which is why, again, it's just so prophetic that she has the name of her company is Moving Forward, because that's what we should be doing. We should be moving forward. So you kind of hit on some of the ways that you help the clients, asking those powerful questions that alter their thought process. So when you're looking at, forgive me, my eyes are darting over because I want to ask some great questions. You just give me so many good information, so much information. You started to give a little bit of advice. What would you say are some of the top 5 things that people should do in terms of motivation when they're looking towards their goals?
Let's start off with investing in yourself. You have to recognize that you are worth the investment. That means if you have to just let's just start with time. I'm worth giving myself an hour a day to focus on what I need to focus on to make me be the best person that I can be. It might mean going on YouTube and finding some things that you desire, some things that you can do to enhance your life. It might mean sitting down with a group, join a group where it's like-minded people that's striving towards some of the same goals and aspirations. It might mean that one-on-one time. Just know that you need to take that time to really focus on yourself, give yourself that energy to say, I'm worth it, and spend that time for yourself. Invest in developing who you are. Invest in just developing your skills and making you the best person you can be. And that's one of the things, being a busy person is like, take the time and learn yourself.
And people are over here saying, yes, 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 hello, I agree. And people are giving you love because you're giving some great wisdom here. So definitely invest in yourself. And I'm so grateful you said that, because this kind of came up in a previous conversation, is that we invest in things that we think that are important. So if you think transportation to and from work is important, you're going to make sure you have gas money. You're going to make sure you have transportation money. And if you think that you are worth it, which Tracie said it, you are worth it. Invest that time, and it may even require a financial investment. It's definitely going to require an energy investment. This is going to take some time away from scrolling on Instagram. This is going to take some time away from, Netflix and chilling. You have to invest in yourself if you want to see that growth. So that was one thing. Was there anything else that you like in your top 5 things that you
I have a few more for you. Get past yourself. Sometimes you just got to get past yourself.
Yeah.
They talk about the biggest enemy is me. That inner me. You have to sometimes just stop yourself and say, you know what? It's time for me to do what I need to do. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and just say, you know what? Enough is enough. I have been given these gifts and talents from a higher power, and I'm not moving in my gifts and talents, and it's no one but you. So just push past yourself, get past yourself, and just move forward.
That's some good stuff. That's t-shirt worthy right there. The only enemy is the inner me. My goodness. Because we could definitely beat ourselves up. We could be our own worst critics and just we can intelligize, if you will, away, even pushing towards our goals. That's a good stuff. The only enemy is my inner me. Go ahead, Tracie. Next, look, I'm just sitting listening. I'm just taking it all in.
Right. The next thing I want to say is change those thoughts. If we would just take the time to change those thoughts, we have a recording in our head that's just rolling all the time. But we have to recognize that we can control those thoughts. Those thoughts, when they start popping in your head that are negative, you have to just put a pause to it, put a halt to it. Any negative thought can be changed into a positive thought. Don't think that it was all that easy for me to get up here on this Instagram live and say, you know what, I got this, I can do this. I had to shift some thoughts. I enjoy the one-on-one engagement. I enjoy the group facilitation, but this is something new. And I can take this opportunity by allowing those negative thoughts to just keep popping through my head. I shift those thoughts. I said, you can do all things. You are a powerful person. You have something you need to share. Do what you have to do. Make a difference for somebody else. Just shift those thoughts. The energy that it takes to have those negative thoughts, those expressions that you have on your face that just comes with negative thoughts, the feelings that you feel inside, all of that will manifest and come out some kind of way. But if you just make a conscious decision to shift those thoughts to positive, your whole aura will change. Your whole outlook on life will change. So just focus on shifting those negative thoughts. Sometimes you might have to put a rubber band on your hand and pop it. You need to have a physical feeling to change a mental thought. If it comes to you, just shift it and change it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And a rubber band is probably free to close to free. So there's a tool for motivation. Definitely shifting those thoughts. So we're shifting our thoughts. We're getting out of our own way. And we're making sure we invest in ourselves. What else should we be doing?
I want you to recognize that you were chosen for a purpose. When you sit down and really see, what are the things that come natural to me? What are those things that I really enjoy doing? It's not hard for me to do. People always compliment me about it. Generally, those things are the things that you are gifted in. And if God gave you those gifts, He didn't just give you the gift to benefit yourself. But He has people around you, people that you don't even know, that you were purposefully put on this earth to teach those individuals. And if you get out the way of yourself, if you change those negative thoughts, if you invest time in yourself, then you will start doing the work that you were placed to do on this earth, purposeful work. And it's not just about you. It's about the people that you were sent here to touch. So don't sit on your gifts and talents. Walk in your purpose. Spend time to figure out what is that vision for yourself. What was the vision that was given to you? Just sit quietly and listen, and that purpose will come forward.
Absolutely. That's some good stuff, Tracie. And when you're saying that people really are waiting for you to make a transformation in their life, that really hits home.
Right.
Then it's not just about me, and I can't, just sit in those thoughts, because it's somebody is waiting on me. Someone's depending upon me. And I really like that you shared that you have to get quiet. And that might mean like the first thing, which is investing in yourself. That might mean that you have to turn off the TV, turn off some naysayers. You may have to get really quiet in your spirit and slow down enough to be able to hear that. And I just want to tell you that you're getting so much love on this side, because you're sharing so much wonderful information. Awesome. So what else? I think that was 4 things, right?
Right. So. I have something. Right. When you have this all in your mind, you have it in your spirit. And I'm sure a lot of you all are aware of vision boards, and I like to call them reality boards. And I should have brought mine with me today, because it is nothing better to write it down and make it plain. Just write down these thoughts, these visions, what you have, your desires for yourself. Just write it down so you can see it. Once you get it out of your head and put it on paper, it's pretty much you have just opened it to the universe so that it can be received. So please take the time. It's nothing better than looking back at your vision board. And usually when you do a vision board, you say, okay, in a year, I would love to see these things happen. I have a vision board that I did 5 years ago. And that's why I call it my reality board. Because I didn't want it to be a vision. I wanted these things to manifest into my reality. And looking back over it, I have one illustration of a tree with deep roots. And right now, it is manifesting as me planning my family reunion.
Wow.
So really tapping into who I am, what are my roots, and the ancestors that I stand on the shoulders of. Wow. So please take the time to really write it out. See it for yourself as a reminder, because we get blessings after blessings after blessings. And sometimes we don't even correlate that these are things that we asked for. These are things that we prayed for. These are things that we made known to God. And then if you write it down and see it, if you don't believe, you will be a believer, because you will see how I just asked for it. I might hopefully even prayed for it, but I shared it. And to see things happen. So write it down and make it plain.
And I just love how
5 tips.
Absolutely. I just love how you, even in the shift in language, how that made me think about how I'll be motivated for it. So instead of it going from vision to reality, like that's a motivational term to say this is going to happen for me. I will see these things take place. And I like that you mentioned to think about the vision boards that you may have made years ago. And look back at them, dust them off, put them in a place that you're going to see them on a day-to-day basis. Because like you said, sometimes we can get discouraged because it doesn't quite look like how we thought it was when we put it on that vision board. And what a wonderful visual that you said you put a tree on there and now you're planning a family reunion.
Right.
So like we may never know what the full extent of that's going to be, but to make that vision plain, absolutely, that's something that we need to do.
Right.
So, was there anything, because I know that sometimes what motivates men and what motivates women is a little bit different. Especially we know that when we see commercials for this holiday season, there's commercials to motivate men, there's commercials to motivate women or to motivate children to run out there. So specifically, is there anything that you think that women need to hear or men need to hear in terms of motivation?
Right. I would say, like right now, especially in the season that we're in, our focus is all over the place. And specifically, our focus is probably on everyone but us, because we're carrying what I want, what I like, what I need, what I want to have. But really, I want to speak to the ladies about this. That things to do list that gets so crowded, sometimes you have to learn just to say no. And I want to step outside of just a holiday season, but let's just go into the day-to-day. With that things to do list, we just pile it up, pile it up, pile it up. But how many of those things are really focused on our own growth and development?
My goodness.
And then even with the things to do list, not to mention all the other things that never even touch the list, that just seems to consume our time and consume our energy. We pour out so much. But going back into the first tip, which was invest in yourself, what are you doing to pour in? And as such a giving person that I am, I even myself, I had to learn to hear myself say the words no. I just have to stop sometimes and say no. No might not be a permanent no, but maybe it's a not right now no. But really focus on, ladies, really take this time and really say, I pour out so much. We are an empty vessel. What are we doing to have things poured into us? What are we doing spiritually? What are we doing emotionally? What are we doing physically? Please make sure you take the time to get poured into. So that would be the thing I would like to make sure that women walk away with. We pour out so much, but please make sure you're taking the time to be poured into.
Absolutely. Now, our conversation today is brief, but I want to make sure that people are able to connect with you. And one of the first things I want to say is that if you all like what you're hearing, because Tracie is sharing with you what people will spend thousands of dollars and years in therapy trying to figure out. She summarized that up for you. And she's here to help you walk out that plan. So how do I go from those 5 tips to seeing changes in my life? So if you like what you're hearing, one, I want you to let Swag Her Magazine know. Say, bring Tracie back, because she shared some wonderful things. And you can definitely connect with Tracie, either contacting Swag Her Magazine directly. You can contact me directly. And Tracie, what are the other ways that they can get in contact with you?
Well, I am on Instagram, as you know, so definitely send me a message through Instagram. Also, I have a website, Move Forward, TDJ. And that is .com. Move Forward, T as in Tracie, G as in Gaines, and J as in Johnson. .com. So that's my website where I have workshops will be noted coming up soon. So it's time to really get focused in on yourself. And I will be excited to talk to you all about the workshops that I have come up that I facilitate.
And I already see somebody saying, bring her back. Absolutely. We're going to have to, maybe we could even do a vision board or reality board session, taking your vision to reality. We need to go ahead and put that on her, because Tracie, you're dropping some pearls of wisdom. So you kind of mentioned it earlier. Someone else put it there. Thank you so much. You mentioned you may have some announcements coming up. I wanted to make sure you had the space, if there's anything announcements that you wanted to share with the group, or any thing that you want to challenge them in, rounding out our conversation.
Right. Well, I want to share, like I said, I do the coaching, but one of my greatest passion is facilitating work groups. And I have workshops scheduled. I have a private group scheduled for January, February, and March. But in April, I will be opening it up to the larger community, those who live in the District of Columbia area. Those workshops will be opened up to the larger group. But really, it's all about balancing your life, prioritizing yourself, and the becoming of me. And you mentioned one thing, Jessica, about the therapy component. And the work that I do as a coach, I'm really trying to help you move from where you are to where you want to go. And so in my engagement with you, I would want you to recognize that if you are sharing a lot of things about your past, that you feel like you're stuck and you haven't moved past it and you haven't gotten over it, I would definitely suggest that you speak with a therapist. We had an opportunity to hear a wonderful therapist a few weeks ago, Tanya Wagner. So I would definitely say, sometimes you need to work on some stuff from the past before you can move forward. And when you're ready to tap into me, I'm just going to work with you to pull you right on as far as you desire to go by guiding you on that journey. So I hope you all check out my website. I'll have those workshops posted and more information for you, and you can get to know a little bit more about me and just be in contact any way that I can help and any way I can support.
So I'm excited because you announced that the group is going to open up in April of next year. What a wonderful time.
Yes,
Springtime and new
right,
renewals and changes in the weather. So you all have
right,
got to get on it. Do not waste another minute. When this
yes,
live is over, even if you just DM Tracie your email address, she's going to get in contact with you
yes,
because she wants to see change and progress in your life. Don't put it off. Don't wait till after you finishing your lunch because some other priority is going to come up. Connect
right,
with her immediately because that's the first step towards moving forward is to make progress. So you've heard she's giving you the tips. She's telling you how to get in contact with her. You go check out her website, see some of the work that she's done, see some of the workshops she's developing. And then, of course, we definitely want to try to have her back on here. So we're going to have to schedule some more time. So I definitely want to make sure I open up this space for any questions that anybody has. And as we're waiting for the questions to come in, I want to make an announcement. So, oh, wonderful. So we said, great interview. Tracie, you're getting so much love down here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I want to announce that 2020 is coming up and it's decision time. Are you going to be the person who continues to hate Monday mornings? Are you going to be the person who has to drag themselves out of bed because they just feel so unfulfilled in their jobs, that you're being underpaid and undervalued? Or are you going to be the person who works in passion and purpose, like Tracie said? So you need to get these people together on your executive board, like someone who's a coach. So whether it be for career coaching or personal life goals coaching, you want to make sure you get on that path. Tracie told you how to connect with her. If you're ready to get started for your career transformation, send your resume to jessicacanty@jessicacanty.com. Again, that's jessicacanty@jessicacanty.com. Based on the resumes I receive, I'm going to do a live review. So just like Tracie and I are conversing, you send me your resume and we'll do a live review so that I can help you to determine how your resume is either hindering you or how I can help you push your resume and your career forward. Tracie, I don't see any questions down here, but I just want to let you know that I'm so grateful that you shared this time with me away from your busy schedule. You invested in this community. And we want to say thank you. Thank you, Swagger Magazine, for investing in quality material. And just want to show you some love. Okay, so someone said, oh, you're so passionate. They're giving you all that love. I hope you can see all that love. It's amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got one more installment of the M series. And my next M is So she's watching on here. You're next, dear. I'm coming for you. We have to introduce you to the rest of the community. And thanks again, Tracie, for all the wonderful information you shared.
Thank you. I just want to say it's 2020, 2020, perfect vision. 2020, perfect vision. All right. Thanks, Jessica.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.